Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about 10 tips and tricks, hidden details, secret features, and things you just might not have known about the Grand Theft Auto Online Gun Running DLC. So we've got a lot to talk about today, so let's not waste any more time, and let's get it started. So the first thing we need to talk about today is a pretty cool feature of the Mobile Operations Center trucks, so that being the Phantom and the Hauler. Now, I think this works better with the Phantom because it's taller height-wise, and this also has a very unique snorkel feature, which will actually allow it to drive in very deep waters. So as long as the snorkel is not submerged, you're going to be able to drive this thing in pretty deep water. This is a pretty good example of where this can be showcased. It's actually at the near the beach. It's where like Michael and Tracy drive through on the jet ski in the single player campaign. It's pretty cool. The water is very deep, but you can see we are in the Phantom Custom here, and we are just driving through it no problem. So this is pretty awesome. I'm sure there's also other bodies of water that would work really well for something like this. You can try this with the Hauler Custom 2. I'm not sure if you will have the same luck, but it works incredibly well with the Phantom. So don't be afraid to take your Mobile Operations Center off-roading and in the waters. As long as you're not submerged, you can be in the deepest of water and still survive. So I thought that this right there was pretty cool, and another great feature that you might not have known about the Mobile Operations Center. Number 2, this is kind of random, but inside your personal quarters in the bunker, there's a clock on the wall. That clock is synced to the real game time. So if you have your spawn location set in your bunker, you'll spawn in the personal quarters every single time. And if you want to know what time it is in the day outside, since you're underground, without having to look at your phone, well, you can look at the clock on the wall. Now, I'm not sure if this is any more convenient or any quicker. In fact, it's probably not, but this is something that I thought was pretty cool, how that clock is actually synced to the real in-game time. A pretty cool feature that Rockstar really didn't have to do, but I guess it was a nice touch of the bunker for them to include that in there. So I thought that that was pretty awesome. Up next, at the number 3 spot, getting inside of Trevor's meth lab is one of the most desired things to do in online. It's a pretty cool location. It has a lot of props in there that are pretty awesome. However, Rockstar have gone through a lot of different ways to patch you from getting inside, whether it's using a job to kind of teleport on the inside or breaking through the window. Well, now thanks to the new Oppressor bike, it seems as if that is possible. So that's what you're going to need. You are going to need an Oppressor bike, and I wasn't able to do it, but I did see a post that was able to accomplish it, and it was pretty cool. Basically, you need to like fling yourself into the window, and if you get lucky enough, your body will kind of tumble halfway inside, and then you'll be placed inside of the meth lab, which is really cool. It's a great hiding spot. There's a lot of unique and cool secret things in there, so I definitely recommend that you try this for yourself. I don't know how easy it is to do. I did this for about 3 or 4 tries, and I got pretty close, but I'm sure many of you guys are going to be better at flying the Oppressor than me, or will know how to do this much better. So try this for yourself, and let me know if you can get inside of Trevor's meth lab by using this new Oppressor bike, which is pretty awesome. At the number 4 spot, this is something you need to know when you're doing the gun running missions, whether it's stealing or sourcing or buying or selling. You need to know that Lester's off the radar does not work when you have product. So if you use Lester's off the radar, you're still going to show up to everyone on the map. So you're going to be wasting your money, but at the same rate, you're also going to be, fooling yourself because you're going to think that you're off the radar, which in turn you're not. The only way in which you can get yourself completely off the radar is to use the CEO organization's Ghost organization, which will get you completely off the radar, even if you have supplies and you have gun running stuff. So keep that in mind. I know Lester's option is way cheaper, but in terms of keeping you concealed, it doesn't work at all. So don't be fooled by that. Use the Ghost organization. I know it costs a whole lot more money, but at least it'll keep you safe. At the number 5 spot, you guys know how we talked about how the Oppressor couldn't be used for the time trials, which is a little bit of a bummer because it would have been like the instant cheat to go ahead and win every single one of those. Well, the Oppressor can be used for a lot of other different methods as well, including a lot of the free mode challenges that will appear. So this is an example of one of them right here. It's performed the longest jump in a land vehicle, and you can see this user, Admiral Mason, has over 3,000 meters, while his closest competition has less than 1,000. So he's definitely going to get the instant win here. So bottom line is use the Oppressor for challenges like this. It can be an easy way to make money, and it could also help you win other challenges too, like the lowest parachute one, since getting on the oppressor does give you a parachute by default, which I think is pretty awesome. So use the oppressor and figure out what challenges that it can work for you and which you can make some easy money. All right, at the number 6 spot, there was a lot of new yacht props that were actually added in the game with the Gunrunning update. And a lot of people have assumed that this is going to be for a new yacht DLC, or they're going to be adding a new type of yacht option or expansion in the future. Well, I actually don't think that's the case. I think this is for one of the steal missions that actually requires you to go to a yacht and take items from it. So this is actually pretty cool. I think that I have gotten like the most boring resupply missions ever. I haven't gone to the mine shaft. I haven't gone on the yacht. This is what it's for. It's a new yacht that spawns in Palito Bay, and you have to go on there and get some product for it. So that's what it actually is for. It is not for a new yacht expansion or DLC or anything like that. I just wanted to clear up the confusion, as I have gotten a couple questions on that. But it is cool that Rockstar went to a lot of creativity and effort to make these resupply missions as fun as possible. It just seems like I never get them. So hopefully my luck will change, because I want to experience these cool missions for myself. All right, the next thing we need to talk about is an official update from Rockstar Games on PC single-player mods. So I haven't gone into this a lot because I feel like there's a lot of information that's still coming out. But basically, over the last 2 or 3 weeks, there's been a lot of issues with Rockstar and Take-Two Games versus modding in GTA 5. So they posed this question that was, are PC single-player mods allowed? And Rockstar responded with an answer that was, Rockstar Games believes in reasonable fan creativity and, in particular, wants creators to showcase their passion for our games. After discussions with Take-Two has agreed that it generally will not take legal action against third-party projects involving Rockstar's PC games that are single-player, non-commercial, and respect the intellectual property rights of third parties. This does not apply to multiplayer or online services, tools, files, libraries, or functions that could be used to impact multiplayer or online services, or use or importation of other IP, including other Rockstar IP, in the project. And the rest of it is a bunch of legal jargon about how it's not a license, a bunch of other stuff like that. But basically, this is Rockstar's official statement on what they think of mods. And the bottom line is that if something doesn't have any impact at all on multiplayer, then they're going to allow it. But if it just has like the slightest 1% impact on multiplayer, no, not at all. They're not going to allow that. So I don't know what this means for programs like OpenIV or anything like that. I know that it's technically back right now. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated if indeed Rockstar do make another official announcement. But this whole situation has been so confusing that I've wanted to kind of sit back a little bit and wait it out, as compared to constantly providing you guys day after day with updates as to what's going on. But I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to read more into it for yourself. Okay, moving on. Something interesting about the Dune buggy that just doesn't make sense. So a new Dune FAV has a spare tire on the back of it by default. This can't be changed and it can't be removed. Well, I don't understand the point of this spare tire, because look at it for a second. It's about 2 times the size of the wheels on the actual Dune buggy. So even if you could use the spare tire, it wouldn't work at all, as it's bigger than the other wheels. So I'm not sure why this is even a thing when it's not even the right size. If you would put this on, your car would literally be lopsided. So I'm not sure what Rockstar was thinking when they were designing this, why they were making the spare tire so much bigger than the regular ones, but I thought that was pretty funny, and it caught my eye the other day when I was driving it. I was like, man, that spare tire looks way bigger than the ones on the actual wheel. And it also doesn't change. Even though I have custom wheels on there, it still has the default tire look. So again, that's another thing that's kind of a bummer about the Dune FAV. If we go inside the MOC, it is pretty cool to walk around, but if you want to enjoy some snacks or something like a drink or anything in there, well, be careful, because they're going to be floating once you drop them. So this apparently is a glitch that is going on, that if you drink or eat snacks inside the MOC, they're just going to be floating when your character drops them, which is kind of a hazard, because they'll actually block your path and you could actually get trapped inside your MOC. That actually ended up happening to me at the end, where I was trying to like get around them and I ended up getting stuck on some of the bottles and the wrappings. So please be careful about this. This is a glitch that is going on inside the MOC, where floating snacks are indeed a thing. And the last thing we need to talk about is something that's pretty cool. This footage is coming from Foxy Snaps. It's actually him upgrading and modifying both the Insurgent Custom and Technical Custom inside the Mobile Operations Center. So this is something I haven't been able to show off yet in single player with mods because the MOC doesn't exist. Somehow Foxy Snaps was able to navigate this and get it to work. So this is kind of a sped up version of the customization of both of these unique vehicles, how it will work. You will bring your vehicle inside the MOC, you will customize it, you will apply all the various upgrades that you see right here. If you want to check out the entire video for yourself, I will leave a link to that in the description as well, as it's pretty interesting, and Foxy Snaps goes through a lot of the customization of some of the other vehicles too. But that's all I've got for you guys in this video today. 10 tips and tricks, secret details, hidden features, and things you might not have known about Grand Theft Auto Online and the gun running update. Let me know if I missed anything in the comment section down below, or on Twitter. Tweet at me and say, hey Ross, you missed this. This is pretty cool, and you might find yourself featured in another video. If you did go and enjoy this one though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.